Jordan Travis has called it quits. His leg it's not going to be the same. But do you know who doesn't quit? Boy Green. You know who doesn't quit? James Wudi. We got four legs and a lot of takes, a lot of angles to organize and assess the situation for the New York Jets because this is a show that doesn't quit, baby. You know what show it is. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Let's talk about it because it's Boy Green meets Wudi.
Can you guys help us get a Jet chant here? Yeah, going.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Come on in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go!
J-E-T-S, Jet, Jet, Jet! Let's go! J-E-T-S, Jet, Jet, Jet! Let's go! There you go,
Third Party Thursday.
Chris joining us here on the program with a capital P here on the program.
Jake Asman, come on down. How you doing, good sir?
Wow, what an intro. I mean, Boy Green is known for having the intro, but Wudi, that was unreal, man. Thanks for the kind words, son.
We are men of many names.
My favorite Austrian Jets fan right there,
Nice.
baby. Boy Green.
Meets Wudi. Welcome to another episode of Boy Green Meets Wudi. It is your boy James Wudi, and you already know we are Wudi, rocking everywhere. Right here is the boy who became king. He's adjusting the glasses. You already know who it is. It is Paul Esden Jr. And we are here, right now, to talk about this surprise topic. All right, we had something else to talk about, and then this news drops yesterday, and now we are talking about something else. But before we even talk about that, let's check in with our guy, Boy Green. Let's find out. How you doing?
Woody, as always, I always appreciate doing these shows. Boy Green meets Woody, Tuesdays and Thursdays live every single bleeping week at 3 gosh darn o'clock. It's the only thing we can rely on anymore, for God's sakes. And we're streaming live in 5 different places. My Instagram, your Instagram, my YouTube, my Twitter, and, of course, Take Flight Talk, baby, on the old YouTube program. Make sure you guys hit it up again. Take Flight Talk for all things New York Jets, both what me and Woody do together here, and, of course, everything else that Woody has with his own personal thoughts. And I will say, for Lily, what an entrance. I was totally not prepared for 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs. 1 hop, 2 hop, 3 hop, 4. I was not ready for any of that for Lily. So I had to gather myself during the intro. And now we're here. So it's great to be here. And it's currently up on my YouTube. We'll see if it's on Woody's as well. But I have it on for mine. The YouTube question. It's up on our poll. We put it up as soon as the show went live yesterday in terms of the topic matter. Did the New York Jets make a mistake not drafting a quarterback in the wake of the Jordan Travis retirement news? Yes, they should have drafted somebody, or no, they made the right decision. Again, last week, the 24th, 25th, and 26th was the 2025 NFL draft. And 4 days later, we found out publicly anyway that Jordan Travis has informed the Jets of his decision to retire. So there's a lot to unpack here, a lot to debate, quite frankly, Woody. And I got a full article in the YouTube description down below about Shedeur Sanders. So one of us on a certain show said on the live show on the each day the draft was over show, I'm saying here's top 10 players to watch. Shedeur Sanders. He's talking a lot about that. And that was pre-knowing the Jordan Travis news, let alone the retirement news. Good Lord have mercy. Boy, specifically on Shedeur, we could get to that perhaps later, but I guess we'll shift that right over to you, Woody. You answer the YouTube question. Did the New York Football Jets make a mistake not taking a single quarterback during the 2025 NFL draft?
Well, allow me, and I guess, this is reading into the future because it has not been posted yet on jetnation.com, where I am a contributing member of the site. But my news article that will be posted there later today, the title is Jordan Travis Decision Accentuates New York Jets Draft Mistake. So, yeah, I thought it was a mistake in real time. I think I made that very, very clear from the moment Justin, from the moment Justin Fields was signed. I said, "Oh, you gotta draft somebody else." They drafted somebody else, mock drafted, all that. So yes, I definitely made a mistake. Everyone now who is answering the poll, they're probably applying that hindsight, right? Like it's even the hindsight is added in the question. Oh, well, now with Jordan Travis, do you think they made a mistake? You know who didn't have to apply hindsight to that question, Boy Green? Do you know who?
Who's that?
Aaron Glenn, Darren Muji. All right, they could have spoken to Jordan Travis. I feel like this is another put it in the file. Put in the file of Aaron Glenn making QB decisions without really talking to his QB. Not really talking to his QB. Okay, Rodgers, you're gone. Oh, do you want to hear? Nope, you're gone. Goodbye. Jordan Travis, what's his health? I don't know. I'm not a doctor. We'll just keep him. Right? We'll just keep him. Let him develop. I'm not a doctor. All these smart ass answers, but you're not actually making proper decisions. You cannot tell me there is no way, literally no way, that this man did not know the severity of Jordan, or he wouldn't have found out if he spoke with Jordan Travis about the severity of this injury. He would know that at the very least, it doesn't look like he's going to be ready week 1. He's not going to be ready training camp. So you need somebody. You need somebody in there. Has he spoken to Jordan Travis? I think that's a legitimate question that needs to be seriously considered, seriously answered. And I just have to say, a lot of times this fan base gets flabbergasted, gets bamboozled. How did we not see this coming? Well, allow James Wudi, Detective Wudi, on the hunt to just give you some of these red flags that I'm seeing, because we're talking about the most important position in football, and he's made 2 decisions so far without adequate communication with those players in that room.
So we can confirm almost the Aaron Rodgers part if we were to believe Aaron Rodgers' side of the story. And he says, 20 seconds in, he told me, "Pack it, pal," and it was over. AG and Darren Mucci have refused to confirm or deny those details, so let's take that at face value. So put that one in, that he didn't have an open conversation. The thing we don't know is about Jordan Travis. Rich Cimini, after this news became public, again, that is Wednesday, April 30th, is when we all, the public anyway, found out about Jordan Travis's decision to retire from the game of football. Rich Cimini, in his column, says, it's unclear if the Jets knew about this in the draft last week. Did they know that Jordan Travis was about to retire? Or did they know at the very least that he was compromised some way? Rehab's not going great, and thus we should be thinking about quarterback. Rich Cimini said that was unclear based on what he's been trying to understand. So we don't know the answer to that question. And who knows when and if Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are available. Aaron Glenn's expected to be available sooner than Darren Muji. That'll be in a couple of weeks with OTAs. Aaron Glenn has regular media appearances for that. General managers normally do not. So we might not be talking to Darren for several months now outside of something crazy, because that'll be roster cutdown time is normally when we'll be talking to Muji. So going back to it, the way the Jets have publicly spoken about Jordan Travis seems to indicate to me that they must have known something was going on, and they're simply playing coy with us. Because when the draft occurred, Rich Cimini, we highlighted that a couple of shows ago, that Rich Cimini asked Darren Muji, hey, you guys didn't take a quarterback, and because you didn't, does that crown, if you want to crown him, crown around, does that crown Jordan Travis as your developmental guy by not taking anyone else that sort of endorses him, does it not? Again, Darren Muji did not answer that part of the question, said, we thought about quarterbacks, whatever. It is what it is. And then he was asked later, what is a health update on Jordan Travis? And he says, we will not be talking about medical players publicly. Is that because he already knew and he wanted Jordan Travis to tell his own story at his own comfortable time? This is speculation that we have no answers to. So that's part of it that I just want to throw back to you as we debate or sort of vet that part of out of it. The Aaron Rodgers thing, fine. We only have AR side of the story, but let's call that real. We don't know the Jordan Travis part yet.
but in that scenario where Muji is giving Travis his respect, which that's respectful, right? Definitely.
Sure.
But now you know that he's leaving. Don't you want to get another quarterback, somebody to develop? That was their chance. And I know, people are going to talk about Brady Cook simply because he is a quarterback that was signed to the Jets for no other reason. That's it, right? But they could have had, a lot of the players that we did mention as QB options pre-draft were still available in the 6th round, in the 5th round. And you said one of their names just now. We didn't know he was going to be there, right, in the 5th round. But a lot of the other names that we were like, oh, would be a steal, or, hopefully they're available in the 3rd or the 4th. You got Kyle McCord, my guy Will Howard. A lot of those guys are there. So knowing that, so when, if he knew that and, he want to make the announcement, he want to step on Jordan Travis' shoes, how do they not pull the trigger on one of these guys and leave us in a Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor room?
We brought up Shedeur, so let's get into Shedeur. The Jets had 5 chances at Shedeur Sanders. 7th overall, 42nd overall, 73rd overall. And then they had 2 4th-round picks, 110 overall, which ended up being Arian Smith. Salute. And then the Jets traded back into the 4th round to get Malachi Moore. The Jets had 2 5th-round picks, but those are both after pick 144. So obviously they had no chance unless they traded up to get Shedeur in those moments. So they had 5 legitimate picks, opportunities to get Shedeur. Everyone can debate Shedeur Sanders, right? I thought he was a first-round quarterback. He did not go in the 1st round. Okay, you could sell me on Shedeur not being a first-round pick. I understand. People went in this direction. People went in this direction. Overall criticism of the class. 2nd round, 3rd round, 4th round. You're telling me that, and look at the players the Jets got, right? So 7th overall, Armand Mambu, starting right tackle. I'm not gonna argue with that. Okay, starting right tackle, boom, starter. Mason Taylor. Oh, we need a tight end. Boom, starter. The next picks that you could look at, Arian Smith, rotational wide receiver. Who knows what he's going to be? Azaria Townhouse, who I'm high on. He's not starting immediately, outside of injury. And then you have Malachi Moore. It's a debate. Maybe he'll start. Maybe he won't. The next 3 picks won't start. None of those picks are as important. And I loved Azaria Thomas. None of those picks are as important as the quarterback position. And it ultimately brings us back to this personally. Do we believe that Justin Fields is going to be the guy? This is his 3rd team in 3 years. The stats, analytics, and everything in the world suggest it's extremely unlikely that Justin Fields is the guy this year. That's what the numbers say. That doesn't mean they're 100% right. People are wrong all the time. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, all those people that end up having success. Those are the examples that were brought up to Darren Muji at the annual owners meetings, right? So there's a chance. But the numbers and everything say it won't be. To me, I look at quarterbacks as lottery tickets. Let's evaluate the lottery tickets, quote unquote. They're on the Jets roster. Tyrod Taylor, well, that lottery ticket expired. Okay. He's just old balls. So he's out. Okay. Adrian Martinez, that's like me going to the Price Chopper, a local grocery store here in New York, and saying, yeah, I'll take this milk. And they're like, sir, this is monopoly money. This is no good here. So Adrian Martinez, that lottery ticket doesn't count. Justin Fields, sure, he's a lottery ticket by all equivalents of what we said. And then Brady Cook was an undrafted free agent, who I think is really athletic and did some nice things at the combine. He was the top quarterback in every category, a 40-yard dash, 20-yard shuttle, 10-yard split, this broad jump, vertical jump. He leapt through all those. But I'd hardly call him a lottery ticket, which means you have one lottery ticket if you're the Jets, and his name is Justin Fields. And the analytics say it's unlikely he's the guy. That puts you in a very weird place. If he ends up hitting, the Jets are laughing and everyone else isn't. They found their guy. But to me, I would have taken a quarterback, especially knowing this information, which we did not know, and maybe the Jets didn't know before the draft. That's an important piece of the puzzle. 2 lottery tickets is better than 1. Pretty sure my teacher taught me that at some level of school. And we can debate who the quarterback could have, would have, should have been, but specifically Shedeur, a guy that was considered a first-round talent. Okay, you don't want to take him in the 1st round, but you wouldn't take him in the 3rd, the 4th round, a chance at a potential franchise quarterback, which I believe he is. So that's where we're at here.
Oh yeah, with specifically Shedeur, there were times, there were some people hitting up, my phone talking about, oh, do you think it's gonna be Shedeur here? Once it was the fourth round. The thing I'll say, and the reason why I'm not so up in arms about Shedeur specifically, is that it has been very clear that like Aaron Glenn wants to control the media. Like he doesn't want to have like a media circus, right? He wants to, just kind of almost be like an asshole to the media, and kind of control narratives and stuff like that. So simply bringing in Shedeur, that pretty much goes out the window. Now the media circus is in full force. Just all the pics and clips and videos and questions, and they're all going to be, oh, well, now, how many mistakes does Justin Fields have to make before you start Shedeur? Like all that stuff, right, starts coming in. And I think he just wanted to avoid that altogether. Of course, talent should supersede that, and it does. In a lot of situations, it does, right? We took on the Rodgers circus because of the talent on the field. So I do think, some teams should have drafted him way earlier. But New York and how that exponentially increases the circus and what I have seen so far from Aaron Glenn, I did not think there was a chance in hell that they would have, he could have gone undrafted. I still don't think they would have signed Brady Quinn instead of him.
Brady Cook, you're saying.
Oh yeah, I said Brady. Who I said Brady Quinn?
My
bad. Yeah,
Notre Dame reference. Shout out to the Golden Domer himself.
Yeah,
appreciate
Brady
that.
Cook. But I still believe that he should have drafted a quarterback though, like one of these other ones with a higher ceiling. Like you said, lottery ticket. I think Kyle McCord is a lottery ticket. I think Will Howard's a lottery ticket. I think Quinn, you were, it might be a different lottery. That might be Powerball, but the other ones, like I think they are, and we decided not to play and put all of our eggs in that one basket.
And here's the other reason why I would have taken a quarterback, especially, again, knowing the Jordan Travis news. You say that even without the Jordan Travis news, but me specifically with this. Let me ask you, Woody, a percentage. You're a percentage guy. Give us a percentage. What is the percentage that Tanner Engstrand gets fired after year one?
Damn.
Yeah, straight up fired. What's the chance on that?
I would hope to God they're low. I would hope.
Okay.
10, I would say 10.
Oof, that's a little high, but okay, either way. But
well, I don't know. You got me all nervous.
That's okay. I'm not trying to bully you into an answer. The reason, so it's low. We can all agree it's low.
And yes, definitely. Yeah, I would hope it's low. I would hope it's zero. Honestly,
right. Mark Cichetti, low. I would say low. But play with me here. The reason why I bring it up is, okay, if the chances are low that Tanner Engstrand gets fired, which, again, I'm really excited for the guy. We'll see what happens. I don't know. He's never been an offensive coordinator. Yeah, for Lillian, Big D says 0%. Okay, great. So 0%. That feeds more into my point. So if the chances are low that Tanner Engstrand gets fired, that means whatever quarterback you would have drafted this year is guaranteed, basically, again, because nothing is, to be in the same system in a second straight year. The system he's in 2025, he will be in theory, in 2026. So whoever quarterback you like, and again, we had months of debate, Kyle McCord, Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, whoever the bleep your guy was, they would have had the opportunity with the Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor quarterback room to be cryogenically frozen as QB3 and not touch the field outside of a bizarre, unlikely scenario where they both blow up in front of him and you have no chance. Again, the reason why I bring all this up is that third quarterback would have had a full year of marination in a system that is going to be back in 2026. And thus, instead of taking a quarterback next year where everyone says the quarterback class is going to be great, and maybe it is, I'm not a draft expert in future drafts. I try to analyze it as they come and watch the college football season. They would have a head start. They would, in theory, be able to compete either with Justin Fields or if that blows up, somebody else on the roster. And you're not just, hey, Paul, let's figure out quarterback next year. We take a quarterback next year. He's a rookie. He's got rookie issues. And then we're just kicking the can down the road on issues. That's another point again, going full circle back the other way, it's unlikely that Tanner Engstrand gets fired. Not bringing in a quarterback, and again, I like Brady Cook, but it's within the realm of possibilities. He doesn't even make the roster, and he isn't even on the practice squad. That is well within the bounds of what could happen, and thus that's just a waste of nothing. So you would have no young quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is closer to death than birth, so he ain't going to be the franchise quarterback of the long term. Fields, if he is great, all this is moot, but there's a chance that he won't, and some people would argue a significant chance. That's just the thing that bothers me about it, is you could have had this advantage that you take advantage of. We are in the honeymoon period. We just had crap. Saleh ended up stinking. Adam Gase stunk. All these guys, you go through all these recent guys. I believe AG is going to get a chance to see his vision through for better or for worse. And if he is, and Tanner Engstrand is, which was one of his big additions coming over here of taking a shot on this guy that's his brilliant offensive mind from Detroit, he's going to get a chance to see his vision out. And thus the young quarterback that would have been in would have had the full opportunity to marinate, which would have been better news for the Jets. That opportunity has been robbed.
Boy Green, I don't even know. We might need you to take a blood test or something right now. I don't know if I'm talking to the same dude, because you are speaking some facts right now. You are saying the truth. No, because the other Boy Green I be dealing with, Kool-Aid, everything is great. Wow, best decision I ever made, best decision they ever heard, all that type of stuff. But no, you are saying the facts. And one of the most underrated points that not a lot of people that I'm seeing populate this chat right now are appreciating, but it's facts, is the continuity of these young QBs. In my opinion, it is, if it's not number one, it's number two. It's top two things in terms of the properly developing a QB is continuity in their environment. And, you've lost such a large unit of time. We're talking a full off season and season of time that is lost by not drafting a quarterback now, where they could have been developed. Like we all just said, if we need one, right? Everyone is just saying, "Oh, you need one," yeah, okay, next year. But you could have had a developmental talent, and all the names that we said, they were all available. All have varying skill sets, and yeah, I think it was lost. Shedeur, I'm not as mad at, just because of the
I understand that. I understand
media aspect, but everything else, yes, I'm in awe. I literally don't even know who this is. I feel like I don't even know. Some clone meets Wudi today.
Well, I think I appreciate that as a compliment. I'm not exactly sure, but we have 200 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby. Again, we're streaming live in 5 different places. I see Alan's comment here. All the quarterbacks picked from rounds 4 through 7 are backups. This is a non-story, and I actually have the draft and all the quarterback landing spots in front of me here. And the quarterbacks that were selected in the 4th round or later, there was no quarterback selected in the 4th round this year, but all the quarterbacks that were later, Shedeur Sanders, I disagree. Shedeur Sanders could be the week 1 starter. Let's see what happens there. I think he has a chance to be a starter.
True.
Will Howard. I'm sorry. Is Mason Rudolph? Is that Mason Comet? Is that Mason this? Mason Santa Claus? Mason who? Mason Rudolph. Excuse me? And you're all saying, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers is coming to town." Well, haven't we seen that story? I think Will Howard has a great chance to potentially start in Pittsburgh. If his obstacle is Mason Bleepin Rudolph, okay, next, he has an opportunity. Let's see what that young man does. Riley Leonard in Indianapolis. You're telling me Anthony Richardson is going to be stopping that? Daniel Jones? Come on now. Come on now. There's some opportunities here is what I'm saying. And the point is that you look at all these guys and Alan just blanket judging said, they're all backups, non-story. Well, if it was just a non-story, then the draft would be a lot less interesting. If it's just very clear and obvious that quarterbacks in these rounds and this and that are not going to be starters. Now, when you're trying to pluck from the quarterback tree, it's difficult. Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. Brock Purdy was a 7th-round pick. Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. And Kirk Cousins was a 4th-round pick. So there are examples. It's harder to find, but just because it's harder to find doesn't mean you should quit. Someone says, "Hey, Paul, there's only a 1% chance of finding a quarterback in the 5th round." So you're saying there's a chance? That's my response. I'm a GM. I'm trying to find that quarterback. I'm trying to find that one because if you unlock that quarterback in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round, you are running money like the 49ers did not take advantage of, but they had it for multiple years of him being the guy. Now they got to pay him $50-some-odd million. So I don't just blanket just saying they're all backups. Who cares? Non-story. It wouldn't matter. To me, it always matters taking a quarterback. And just because we haven't seen a ton of success of these quarterbacks taken on day 3 does not mean it is impossible. It happens. And the Jets should keep swinging until it happens for them, is how I feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe this. We are in lockstep right now. The two main narratives I'm seeing from the chat is that right? Rounds 4 through 7. What are we talking about? They're all bums.
Also, shout out Tony Romo. Keep it simple, RC. Tony Romo, of course, undrafted. I wasn't trying to go back that far, but yes, Tony Romo undrafted. Another shout out.
But that kind of because then people are talking about Brady Cook, like we good, right? Like which is a complete opposite of 4 through 7 they stink. We're good. We got Brady Cook, right? Those are not mutually exclusive. We talk about and keep it simple. Brings up Tony Romo. Is there an undrafted QB that's a week 1 starter right now, like that started games last year? Or I guess injury, of course, injury.
Right.
I'm sure we can find somebody, but
as a regular,
there are
starter,
no Tony Romos.
I don't think so. I do not.
Right, Dak Prescott is still in the league. Kirk Cousins is still in the league. Right, there are still examples of later round quarterbacks. Russell Wilson, he's still starting.
3rd rounder. Yes, right.
Right. Whereas undrafted QBs.
I'm like looking through every team, and I'm just like, because I would know the starter in every place, and there is not.
So when someone comments, is Brady Cook chopped liver? Maybe he not chopped, but he definitely looking like some liver, man. He's not. That's not somebody who I'm trying to hang my hat on and say, all right, we're good. So yeah, I think they did make a mistake. And I think to your point, right, 4 through 7, we named the names, right? There are names of the past and there are names of the present, which is important that they have missed on now by not getting a QB. And here's a fun fact that none of you guys seem to take into consideration is that Justin Fields, the Lord and Savior, I think he was Easter. We celebrate when Justin Fields rose.
JF7.
Is that what we do? He actually has never even played a full season because of injury, right? He's a mobile QB, which we all love, but that style comes with injury. There was a time where Lamar Jackson's future was in doubt with the Ravens, and teams didn't even make the call because, I don't know about injury. Right now, MVPs later, and now that looks foolish. But with Justin Fields, this is somebody who plays a style that is very injury prone, and his backup has been known to get injured slipping on banana peels. Come on now, QB3. I would not be surprised. And you look at the last 5 years of the Jets, QB3 has played every besides this last year. Aaron Rodgers, first QB since Ryan Fitzpatrick to play all games of the season.
Yeah, start a full season. Yep.
Yes. That's 10 years now. 10 years. Count them up. 10 years. Where that was not the case. Where QB2s and 3s were starting games. QB3 is low key an important position for this cursed franchise.
Yeah, I would follow up here. So I'm going to bring up J-Boy's comment, right? If the Jets are having to play QB3, the season's fucked anyways. Maybe me and Wudi are about to swim in different waters here. He just mentioned, which is unfortunately the truth. Again, since 2015, there have only been 2 Jets quarterbacks that has started a full season. And people like to bring up in Ryan Fitzpatrick's 2015 season, well, he got hurt in the Raiders game. He didn't finish the game. I didn't say finish. I said start every game in a season. Ryan Fitzpatrick did that, and Aaron Rodgers did that. So just to put that aside. But to answer this part of the question, to me, it's not even about the QB3. We need a QB3 guy. I'm not saying sign a Joe Flacco. I know he's not available. I'm not saying sign a Joe Flacco that you guys think is a guy who could step in right now and contribute in some way. I'm viewing QB3 totally differently. I'm viewing QB3 as a developmental guy. I think it's important to always have a bun in the oven that you are nurturing and you're checking on. Let me check the temperature of this. Okay, because there are two types of teams in the league, those who have a quarterback and those who don't. And those who don't should be trying to find it if they don't have it. That's what I'm saying about QB3, is that Brady Cook fans in the audience, who, again, I like Brady Cook, but there's a difference between liking Brady Cook and loving Brady Cook. And Let Brady Cook is going to be very fun on t-shirts. I should probably add that to the Boy Green merch shop, to be honest, make some scratch on the side if I'm being blunt about it. But the QB3 is the developmental thing of, like, that's why I say every year I don't mind lighting a draft pick on fire, if that's how people perceive it, to develop a quarterback. And if it works, I just got a cheap backup or trade asset. If it doesn't, who gives a bleep? Draft picks that are mid to late get cut all the time. I'm talking about development. That's the important thing to me about QB3. You have Justin Fields. He's an interesting trial as a starter. You have Tyrod Taylor, old man Tyrod Taylor, who could step in if necessary. QB3, I'm not worrying about stepping in, even though Wudi's statistics are correct. That dude normally steps in. It's about development. It's about making sure you're constantly doing your homework to find a thing. To me, and to everyone with eyeballs, the Jets do not have a surefire franchise quarterback right now. That could change if Fields becomes the thing that everyone hopes he is. But right now, it's not unquestioned. That's why I say QB. So again, just to sort of clarify the waters here on the QB3 debate.
Yeah, definitely. We would like it to be developmental. When you consider, the Aaron Glenn regime specifically, it seems like they have a prejudice against old men. So I definitely wouldn't expect them to bring Joe Flacco or really anyone over the age of 30 into this organization. They really seem to be going after the young guys, the Aaron Glenn daycare. So yeah, it would be, to me, a younger QB that you're trying to develop. And I completely agree. Also, it's the mindset, the energy in there. I think is a more conducive energy for success when it's a younger guy in there, because the conversations, the mindset, the energy is all about, trying to get better, and iron sharpens iron. Guys that are just coming in to collect a paycheck feel like they've done, been there, done that before, bring in like a Ryan Tannehill off the street. That does nothing for this team. But bringing in someone who could, would, all that type of stuff, I think that matters. And an undrafted, I'm not trying to just say all undrafted QBs are, useless or anything like that. But when we talk about a lottery ticket and how Justin Fields is a lottery ticket, the chances of an undrafted QB is just astronomically lower. And my boy, Keep It Simple, continues to name people that have been retired for years. They've been retired for decades.
I love this list. Jake Gellhome, Jeff Garcia, Warren Moon, Kurt Warner. Hey now.
Come on now. They've been retired. So that's what I'm saying. In the present day NFL, it really doesn't happen. So I think they did make a mistake. I would like to see them add somebody, knowing Aaron Glenn. He probably won't. He said he was going to make a lot of decisions that make some people unhappy. He doesn't care. He's doing his own thing. I think it would be beneficial to add a third person.
Do you have a name in mind?
I do actually. I have two names. I have one name where I believe, because literally what I just said, the energy, right? You want that person. You want to bring in somebody who believes that exactly what you want Justin Fields to believe, that they just didn't really get their shot like that. Like if they get their shot, they could be a guy. And I have one that I actually believe could potentially right, do that. And then one that, he probably, he won't, but he's still young enough where, they can make him better. So I'll start with that one. Kyle Allen, who is actually Justin Fields' teammate in Pittsburgh. He is under the cutoff of 30, so Aaron Glenn cannot be prejudiced against him. He trains in the offseason with guys who have been known to improve, over the years, like Sam Darnold, like Josh Allen. The familiarity with Fields is, cool for me, and he's a solid football player. Is he going to, be a franchise guy? I literally just said no. No, I don't think he is. But this is somebody who can be better, right? Under the tutelage, right, of elite offensive mind, tenor, and strength. If that's something that you believe, you're drinking that Kool-Aid. And somebody who, if these two guys, injury-prone guys, get hurt, maybe he can win a game or two.
This would have to be a trade. Kyle Allen is currently on the Detroit Lions.
Yes. It would. Both of these, unfortunately, would have to be. Yes. Well, I mean, because, and that's the scenario that we're in, right? Sure. You can't pick up these types of players off the street, because anyone who's a young QB who could become better is signed somewhere besides the New York. We got the one. We got Fields. All
right. Who's door number 2? Let's explore door number 2.
Door number 2 is actually a classmate. Can you believe that? 2021 draft class. And if you ask me, he had the second best season of the class that year. All right. Then they draft CJ Stroud, and that's the end of his shot.
Him.
But Davis Mills was actually looking like he was turning heads his run as a starter. And any of y'all that are laughing, oh my God, what is Wudi smoking? Oh my God, Davis Mills, is he on crack? Well, guess what? Your anointed savior, who, MVP Justin Fields, he has less yards per game, less TDs per game. Davis Mills has actually been a better pocket presence than Justin Fields as a starter. It's just that he got replaced by CJ Stroud, and Fields got replaced by, wait for it, Russell Wilson. So it's yes, he got a long neck. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but
what is there is neck for days here. How was God constructing this? He put it on he was making a 2-floor house, and the head went on the top floor.
He must have been on the phone with somebody. Just like forgot what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is somebody who, like I said, literally per game has a lot of better stats than Justin Fields. Great pocket, or not, let me not say great pocket passer, but a good pocket passer who has played well as a starter, and probably just like Fields, like I said, they're the same class, thinks that he just hasn't gotten his shot. I mean, he was performing, decently well, and then they drafted a quarterback to replace him, which a lot of you guys tell me that's what happened to Justin Fields.
Davis Mills reference. I'm going to be honest, was not expecting that on the show today. He's appeared in 38 games, has made 26 starts, 35 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, 63% completion percentage. Okay. There's some stuff here on old Davis Mills. There's some stuff there. Interesting. That's not a name I expected to discuss today. I will be perfectly honest, but I will say that okay. All right.
What was the name you were thinking of? Don't you dare tell me Ryan Tannehill. I'm gonna lose my mind.
By the way, I just wanted to reveal this because the Texans quarterback room, because who would be willing to trade guys, So they have CJ Stroud, obviously. They got Davis Mills, Graham Mertz. They drafted at the end of the 2025 NFL draft. I believe that's a Florida kid. I'll double check that in a second. I'm pretty sure that's a Florida kid. And it is the Florida rookie. He's 6'3", 216 pounds. So they just drafted this kid, so he's another one, another dart throw in the mix there. And then Keaton Slovis, that's another guy that they have brought in as well. He's been a little bit all over the place, including USC, BYU, He's another young quarterback, also a rookie coming in. So the Texans, doing a little bit of homework with a couple of different guys from that perspective. No, Davis Mills is an interesting option. Old giraffe neck, as Hep calls him. Okay, protect your neck, as they say in MMA. He's got a lot of neck to protect there. He's, I won't continue on my neck jokes, but the point is that he's an interesting guy who has some experience. He's young. He's still 26 years old. That one's interesting. People have brought up Will Levis. I think that one would be too rich in terms of trade compensation. He's got more experience, young, again, athletic phenom. He's really interesting. And they have Cam Ward. I think they'd like the Will Levis competition/insurance policy. And I'm not willing to overpay for Will Levis. So he's an interesting cat too. And how does that work is he cool being QB3 behind Tyrod Taylor? Probably not with what he's been able to do in the league, because he's a straight up backup in Tennessee. Why would he move on to be a QB3 somewhere else? But okay. I'll be honest. There is, outside of trade that you've mentioned, I don't think there's a way to mulligan the Jets' decision. Their choice to punt is now their choice, not only for the draft, but for the year, to me, honestly. Outside of a unique situation like Cleveland, right? Parked outside of Cleveland Browns land at final roster cut down and say, hey, who's shaking off that ride? Is it Dylan Gabriel? Is it Shedeur Sanders? Is it Kenny Pickett? Joe Flacco? To me, Joe Flacco's making the roster no matter what as a starter or backup, so take him out. I'm not a massive Kenny Pickett fan, but I guess he's possible. And then one of the rookies, do one of them not make it and the Browns try to sneak them to the practice squad and you could scoop them? Dylan Gabriel would be more surprising because he was a top 100 pick. To cut a top 100 pick months after drafting him seems unlikely. So the one that seems most likely would be either Shedeur or Kenny Pickett. And Kenny Pickett already has a sizable chunk. I think he already got guaranteed like $2 million, plus they traded a 5th rounder for him. So I doubt that they use 4 quarterbacks all on the roster. Or keep 4 on the 53. So someone could check there. That would be the one place to look. Besides that, I think your team is going to be your team, really. I think you're going to have Justin Fields, Tyrod, and then Brady Cook. Yeah.
New Orleans is another tree that, maybe you want to shake. Of course, Derek Carr, whatever is happening with them. It seems like they have a lot of drama going on with Carr. But they just drafted Tyler Shuck, right? The last draftee of the 90s, RIP.
Ooh, okay.
But then they had Spencer Rattler,
correct,
and Jake Hayner,
correct.
Both ended up having to start games last year with the injuries to the room. But all of those guys, Shuck, Rattler, Hayner, I believe they were all drafted within the last. Obviously, Shuck was just drafted, but I think the other 2 were rookies last year. They were just late round.
Jake Hayner may be year. I'll double check that. He may be year 3. I think they've drafted.
Yeah, each year.
So he may be the third one out, but I'll confirm that in a second.
That's the Boy Green method, right? Draft, and just keep trying to develop ones until they work out. Me personally,
he's heading. Just to clarify, Hayner this is coming into his 3rd season, so he was drafted not last year, the year before.
Okay. Yes. So, they did do one per year. I'm not gonna lie. If the Jets, sign Jake Hayner, it's not like I'm hyped, or anything like that. But it does help sleep a little bit better at night, knowing, a potential succession plan is there. Whereas right now, there is none, and knowing that they're injury prone. I mean, Brady Cook starting week 9, and some of you are actually hyped, to see that. It's sad life that we're living. But that's just, if we're talking about shaking trees, the Saints and the Browns were 2 teams I had on my list in my pre-notes.
Look at this, a Boy Green Coffee Club membership being gifted from our guy J-Boy. Love to bleep and see it, baby. The latest membership. Let me hit the refresh button to get that name for you here. On the channel. One moment. That membership went to a Fungus Mungus 9. We're just gifted a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. Shout out to our guy J-Boy. He's got 2 raffle tickets. He is tied for 3rd place, or excuse me, he is in 3rd place. for our raffle contest so far this month. We'll be giving out several prizes, including, Wudi, a commemorative coin from the New York Jets 2024 season. It will come with a certificate of authenticity. Who wouldn't want to remember the 2024 season and be able to memorialize it, in mint coin fashion? It is a replica. It's a limited edition replica. The coin they flip before games has the brand new Jets logo on it and the NFL shield on the back. So you guys can be eligible for that if you purchase some Boy Green Coffee Club memberships, either down in the YouTube description or send them in, baby. And we'll see. J-Boy gives a warning. That's third place until tomorrow morning, buddy boy. Oh, hey now. We'll see what happens. Appreciate that, J-Boy. Thanks for the support.
Yes, absolutely. Get your coins here. Oh, look at this.
Oh, boy. Someone else is jumping the mix saying, hey, wait a second. I heard something. Every time I get a YouTube super chat, we hear from my daughter, Zariah Luna.
Wow.
All right, that is 3 raffle tickets and some change. A-Step 10 has jumped into the mix, baby. He is now in third place in our contest. We appreciate that. Thank you, A-Step 10 here, for getting that together. Thank you very much. Amen. He says, what up, BG and Wudi? A-Step 10, one of the great supporters, a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club, of course, and one of the great supporters of this channel. So thank you kindly to A-Step 10. I'll also remind the 200-plus people in the room, make sure you guys like the video and hit subscribe, baby. Show your support for the channel. We'd appreciate it. And like I said, A-Step 10, you have 3 raffle tickets and some change for the next time that you contribute as well to the gifting. So we appreciate that. Thank you kindly for the super chat coming in. Wudi, nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Very nice. Appreciate you, Rayno. We are here trying to drop the nuggets with knowledge coming from a place of logic and love and magic and wonder. Maybe not those last couple ones, but yes, definitely appreciate the love. A-Step 10. All right, what up? I don't know. The Jet stock, I don't know. Probably not. But we trying. We out here. We trying to do what we can.
Now, I will say, normally I only play this video when we get 5 memberships or more, but a $9.99 super chat sort of feels close. So hit it with the icky shuffle, baby.
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
Man, I never knew the slap a lunch meat on a grocery store floor, the impact would have such a woo! I get all fired up. So shout out to the icky shuffle.
Yes. Hey.
Hit him with it.
Hit him with it. Well, I'm hoping to get hit with a QB3. But doesn't look like that's happening. That's okay. Let's get neck, man. Hey, I'm telling you, man. I was expecting more pushback on the Davis Mills from both you and the chat, but I'm glad. I'm glad that you guys seeing it, because he really, there was never a time where he was bad. Like he was solid. Never a time that he was great or anything. Just solid. And then, of course, C.J. Stroud had one of the best rookie seasons in the history of the NFL. But
that'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. But, it is what it is. I know, I'm not trying to be like the bearer of bad news or anything like that. So,
Sure.
I know everybody's hyped on Aaron Glenn. He can do no wrong. Everything he does, the best decision. So good. But just allow me to I'm seeing some things, and to make these decisions without really talking to the people involved, that's just not a good way to proceed. But that does seem to be his MO. So I'm just giving you some things so that you're not blindsided. I'm giving you some things to see so that if something does hit the fan, you're like, where did that come from? Right? I am here. I'm here for you. I'm looking at the camera. I'm here for you to make sure you're not blindsided.
Well, I appreciate that. 2 things here. First off, Yo Holmes with a very important message. Like the video, it is free, baby. And hitting subscribe is free too. So make sure you do that again. Woody's YouTube channel, where we're streaming live right now, is Take Flight Talk. That's talking all things New York Jets. So if you're watching on the Boy Green channel, go on and hop on over there and give him a subscribe. You can watch this show and also other content that Wudi is creating. So feel free to do that over there. And make sure you like it and subscribe here. We're trying to make a chase to 10,000 subscribers. We're 2.3 thousand and change away, trying to chip away every single day. It is absolutely free to do. The other thing I wanted to throw out there, we have a few more comments. We'll finish that off and then wrap up the show. I will be honest, a name that I have completely run over like a train, barely even recognizing their presence, is Adrian Martinez, the former UFL MVP, who had an amazing college career. He had some Chris Streveler-ish moments in the preseason last year. We're like, and I've completely not even considered him in the quarterback conversation. Maybe he will step up to the plate and be a guy for the New York Jets. We'll see what happens. I liked Adrian a lot last year. He had nice credentials, and we'll see what happens. So he's someone, I will be honest, I haven't considered at all. Throw this up. We got a Boy Green Coffee Club member with a comment. I appreciate that, Tony. Thank you for supporting the channel. How much more confidence do we have in the coaching staff's ability to develop quarterbacks? I know we're going off almost nothing at the moment, but we can't be worse, right? Right? Well, here's the thing. When people just say, the Jets as a franchise suck at developing quarterbacks, they should just stop. That doesn't make any – what do you mean stop? Just give up on developing quarterbacks? I guess we just can't. No, it's not. While some people may believe it's some snake-bitten franchise and a disease or some dirty deal Joe Namath made 50-some-odd years ago, it's just about getting Aaron Glenn said this about culture. Culture is not about this, that. It's getting the right people in the building, and that is culture. He says it has nothing, and winning and getting the right people in, but getting the right people in leads to the winning in which he speaks from. So getting back to your point here, how much confidence do I have in this coaching staff's ability to develop quarterbacks? I have whatever it is. High confidence. They haven't hurt me yet. When they hurt me, my confidence starts going boop, 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 boop. When the Joe Douglas regime is pretty good. Oh, they drafted Zach Wilson. Boop, 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 boop. And then every hit.
You didn't say that at the time. I'll tell you that.
No, I didn't. Absolutely not. Right. But that's the point, is that I believe by default. Some people don't believe by default. They've been hurt so much. They're like, you better prove it to me. Because I ain't just going to default believe. Sorry, sucker. You're going to have to prove to me. I'm going to have to see Santa's fat ass come down the chimney before I'm going ho, ho, ho. So, and I won't name any names on who that particular category could fit. But to me, I am built different. I believe automatically. And then as you do things negatively, that detracts. So in my class, you start off with 100. And every bad thing you do, you get docked points. It's sort of like if you've ever done a driving test. You start off with 100, and every mistake you make, notch, 98, notch, 95. And it's at the end, they review where your grade still lasts. And that's what they do in New York anyway. I don't know where they do that other places. But the point is that, do I believe in them? Yeah, I believe in them until they show me they can. That's sort of where I'm at. And, different strokes, different folks.
Well, for someone who has not had any Kool-Aid for years now, I will answer that question. And I do not, as of right now, I can't say I have more confidence in this coaching staff to develop QBs. I would love to see it, and I hope to see it.
Just get this straight. Just to clarify, you're saying that you have no more confidence in Tanner Engstrand than you had in Nathaniel Hackett.
Confident. We're talking straight confidence.
That's it. That's all I'm at. I'm just clarifying. I'm just making. I don't want you to be painted wrong, Wudi. You're a great guy, and the media is always trying to catch a paparazzi outside your house and trying to get you in a spot. I'm just trying to make sure you are represented accurately. And so, again, you have the same level of confidence currently in Tanner Engstrand than you had in Nathaniel Hackett. Is that correct?
That I had in the, I mean, I don't, I guess you can, in a short answer, yeah, but I'm about to explain that, there's literally no reason for me to say, oh, this dude who's never done this job before is about to do this job better. And let me tell you guys, when Adam Gase was fired, right, we brought in Saleh, we brought in LaFleur, we were talking about, hey, right, Adam Gase was the worst. He stunk. Couldn't develop Sam Darnold. Can't get worse than that, right? Right? But you ask anyone right now, they're going to tell you Nathaniel Hackett's worse. So what? So now I'm gonna be. What do you guys? See, this is what you guys do. You guys fool yourselves into this hype train, and then you guys are flabbergasted time and time again. Let me be the one to show you the way. My God, I'm trying to let you guys know that yes, it's possible. Dare I say, it's likely that Tanner Amstrand is better than Nathaniel Hackett. That is what I'd like to believe, but to say in confidence, like to put money on it, right? That means I'm confident because I work hard for my dollars. To put money on it, I cannot do that and sleep well at night. I can't.
Well. Wudi always being the realist, not the homer. If that ain't confirmed after what he just said, I'm not sure what we're doing. But look at this massive super chat coming in from
my God,
10 baby.
Wow.
Good Lord, have mercy.
Wow.
And I'm glad I played those last two videos because if you see that is Wudi screaming to the high heavens with a jet chant. That's Boy Green screaming to the high heavens of MetLife Stadium with a jet chant. A-Step 10 with your other contributions. This is 20 total raffle tickets in our contest. Way to kick off the month of May again. You're competing for a variety of prizes, including a commemorative New York Jets coin from last season. To be honest, I was going to say sell it, but raffle it off. It's awesome. But hey, I love giving back to the fans. Awesome shout out here. Aced up 10, $50 super chat coming in. Says, definitely coming to Boy Green's game day tailgate. Can't wait to meet y'all. And I hope it's Steelers game and Rodgers is quarterback. We whip that ass. LFG Jets. Jets. Hey now. A bunch of things here. After Boy Green Day, so Boy Green Day is every morning at 7:30, and then we wait a couple hours. Fast forward the day. Let's get to Boy Green Meets Wudi already. Okay, in between those two shows, I can confirm this. Chef Kevin Gilbert is catering our tailgate. That's official. And Chef Kevin Gilbert showed me the menu for the Boy Green tailgate. It is cha-chink, locked in, and I didn't ask for this, but Chef put me on the menu. So your boy, yeah, I'm a snack baby for all the. Well, sorry, I got a fiance. I'm actually not available, but there is a item named after me that's a special shout out to me, and I'm going to be eating that item because I'm an egomaniac and because it sounds delicious. So we've got a menu locked in. People, stay tuned. I just saw the NFL just shared some stuff for their television programming. The NFL schedule comes out in 13 days, baby. 13 days, we find out who the Jets are playing and when they're playing. And we know who they're playing, but we just don't know when they're playing them and the times and things of that nature. So I can't wait for the Boy Green tailgate. I hope Wudi is going to be there for that game too. That'd be awesome. We had an awesome time last year. We got to bring Peter back, baby, because he was amazing for filming and doing all the coverage of Boy Green and Wudi meeting for the first time. And yeah, there's several games on my bingo card. Wudi, we'll probably get into this when we get closer to schedule week. We could do some predictions for what we think is going to happen. I have 2 games currently circled. One of the home games will be taken by London, so keep that in mind, people. We'll learn that before the 14th. I'm very sure of it. They leaked the international schedule. The Dallas Cowboys, the Jets host at home, and me and my dad, our dad, of course, that would be obviously pretty special. The Steelers would be special for all the reasons of just Justin Fields against them, but if Aaron Rodgers, oh boy, X versus X, MetLife Stadium, what kind of chance are Aaron Rodgers getting? I want to record that video. When I said Aaron freaking Rodgers, am I going to be saying a different bleep in between Aaron and Rodgers? We will find out at MetLife Stadium, perhaps. So, Wudi. Man, this is going to be, thank you, A-Step 10, for a sizable super chat here. I can't wait. That all our plans for the tailgate are coming together behind the scenes.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, it was spectacular last year, meeting a lot of you, meeting Boy Green, all that type of stuff. This year is going to be bigger and better because this is what we're talking about, right? Year one, right? You get your feet wet a little bit, but now you have the experience of year one coming into year two. So we about to be bigger, better than ever, baby. So I don't think you want to miss this one. We'll see how the schedule unfolds. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like going anywhere to watch my team lose. So I'm trying to. If it's the Patriots again, I would love that. Give me that dub.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Steelers would be a little tough, but all good.
Oh, come on.
And yeah, I think we got another chat showing some love. God damn, the
we
love.
won't in a second, but before we get to that, you're scared of the Pittsburgh Steelers and checks notes Mason Rudolph? Come on, Woody.
Well, I mean, if they have Rodgers, he's going off for 400 yards, but
not on this defense.
That's a good point. If it's Rudolph, or the dude that you just my boy Will Howard's over there. Nah, chill. I'm not trying to face the Steelers. No, stop that.
Yo Holmes wants me to show him the menu. Yo Holmes, if you join the Boy Green Coffee Club in the YouTube description down below, I'll show you the menu. So, Yo Holmes, the YouTube description down below, join the Boy Green Coffee Club here. If you join the Boy Green Coffee Club, $2.99, I'll show you the menu right now. I will break it on air, and I will show you the menu. So, you know what to do. For Lily and Big D with a YouTube super chat, baby. Man, this show has been absolutely popping, locking, dropping, baby.
Wow.
Let's go. Okay, we need another one. How about this? By the way, I sent that video over to John Simpson, Jets starting left guard, and said, hey, can we work that back after wins? And we'll see if they consider that and move that forward. So I'd love to put that out there. For Lily, get yourself 3 raffle tickets for a contest here in the month of May. I love what a great start to the month of May. We're here on May 1st with all your guys' contributions to the show. Appreciate you. Woody, I would have more confidence in you and Boy Green than Hackett. Come on, man.
I mean, yes, theoretically, you should. I would like to believe that we would do a better job than Hackett, but like I said, we thought that Hackett would do a better, and I'll throw the floor in there, would do a better job than Adam Gase. And I know Hep said like, oh, well, now our team is better than the Hackett team. The Hackett team was way better than the Gase team and still was not able to develop a QB. So while things on paper, right, we should know that better than anybody. Things on paper aren't how they play out in real life. We signed Tremaine Johnson thinking it's a still lockdown, and all it was a shakedown. He just stole all of our money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things on paper do not play out on the field. And that's all I'm saying. I'm literally not saying that Engstrand is trash or that, he's not going to do nothing. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm saying I cannot confidently say he is Andy Reid or even better than Hackett because I need to see it. Once I've seen it, you best believe I'm going to believe it. And that's where it is.
Woody, what happened to you as a child? Did your parents say, hey, put your tooth under your pillow? The tooth fairy's going to come. You're like, oh, boy, I can't wait. And did the tooth fairy forget one night? And you're like, the hell is this? My tooth is still under here. What the hell is this? Is that what happened, Woody? Did 1 year for Christmas? You're like, oh, boy, I want the Guitar Hero 4000. Please, Santa, I want the Guitar Hero 4000. He woke up in the morning and did a pile of coal. And you're like, gosh darn it, I don't believe in any of you anymore. I need to see it to believe it. Is that what happened to you, Woody? What happened? I'm playing therapist.
Have you been watching the Jets? Have you been watching it? Or like, no?
Yeah, but what is this new regime? They don't have the battle scars of the 14 years. We have fans has those battle scars. This new regime is brand spanking new, fresh out of the package. They haven't hurt us yet. They haven't done anything.
What did I say about them?
Because you're saying you need to believe, you need to see it. Why do you need them to prove it to you? You don't believe in the hiring process that occurred, how thorough and
Woody Johnson's hiring the same. What are you talking about? It's Woody's hiring, so that is a constant.
But Woody's not making the decisions.
I don't trust Woody's. What do you mean? So you say you don't believe in the hiring? Woody didn't? He didn't hire them?
Well, the 33rd team helped.
Oh, they helped. Oh,
so that should, if you didn't believe in Woody Johnson, maybe having other people in the room, Woody saying, I need to look in the mirror and be a better owner. Hopefully some of that, if you had concerns about that, it made you feel a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, people say a lot of things a lot of times, but we need to see like that. You shouldn't have a problem with that. Like, it's not like I'm saying, oh, this is definitely not going to work out. It's just I can't say it definitely will work out. Can I hope that it works out? Of course. I'm hoping right now. I'm hoping. Let Justin Fields be Lamar. All right, please. All right, stop the anguish I get in my own family. You've seen Brandon Roberts come onto this show and roast me for having such a terrible team that I root for. Please end the suffering. I'm hoping every day. But to say that I'm confident that it's about to end right now, I can't do that. Can't, because there's no, what do you mean? There's hope, there's not confidence.
Hope is not a plan, as we've heard so many times in history. So many shout outs. East Up 10, J Boy, I mean, everybody here. Fleur Lily and Big D, everyone that gifted membership, sent in super chats. I've been keeping track of all of it on our Excel sheet. Again, we have a wonderful raffle coming. You guys know at least one of the prizes, which will be, again, that commemorative New York Jets coin from last season with a certificate of authenticity. It's the real deal, baby. So you guys can enjoy that. That'll be one of the prizes. And there will be several more. I will reveal that here very shortly with a graphic and everything on Boy Green Daily. But thank you to the 300 people that are in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Thanks for the support, everybody. As always, you can join the Boy Green Coffee Club in the YouTube description down below. That helps support the show. You become a member of the channel, and you get all the perks of being a YouTube member here on the channel, baby. So make sure you guys enjoy that. Fleur Lily said, great show, guys. Thank you, Fleur Lily. Thank you so much for the likes, the subscriptions, the super chats. They're all awesome. And again, the Chef Kevin Gilbert menu is out to me. It's solidified, it's finalized, and we will show it in due time. CBW on Twitter says, hey, we got another 200 people on Twitter. Don't want to ignore those people. Thank you. Instagram, YouTube, Snapface, wherever the hell else we are. God bless. Yeah, sure. Shout out to everybody. Thanks for supporting no matter where you're watching. Wudi, any final thoughts?
Hey, I completely concur. Thank you so much. Appreciate the love, giving us your time to talk about this team that we all love so much and taking all these different perspectives into consideration as we just try to, root for our guys. So last thing I'll say about that is let's go Jets, and you better believe we got the conversation rolling next week.
And one more salute to my beautiful fiance, Tatiana, for joining us on the IG account. Thank you very much. Hey, now, probably making sure I'm doing the right thing, saying the right things, which, hey, either way, I appreciate the holler here on the program. So thank you so much. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Boy Green Daily back tomorrow morning live at 7:30. Boy Green meets Wudi. We'll meet you next week. And guys, again, the NFL schedule 13 days away. Me and Wudi will have content on that coming up in the near future. Everybody, God bless. Like some videos, hit some subscribes, and we'll see you. Peace.